doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Spanky Hayes is in the building.
What up? Hey, what sound do a goat make?
Bah?
Bah.
Yeah, that's right. You probably made that sound and they copied you.
Hey, you sound like my wife. She's like, you Soldier Boy uncle. Well, yeah.
Well, you're controversial as hell, you know.
Yeah, well, you know.
You say things that can be verified. I think we had Brandon T. Jackson on here who didn't dismiss your story about you being the inventor of Wild and Out.
Okay.
He pretty much said, like, yeah, that is possible, but just to move on from it. That was kind of like his angle behind it.
Yeah, and that's how he talks to me, too. Like, man, leave it alone. Fuck it, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, though.
When you create a show that's worth over hundreds of millions collectively, it's hard to kind of forget about it. And be like,
exactly. Definitely hard. I'm glad you feel my point on that.
But you've done way more than that, man. There's so much to talk about with you that that's just it's a sucky point for you, but it's also
right.
Something that it's great that you were even a part of it in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like being like the dopest college player ever, and it's like, once you get to the league, it's like they own you. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing now? What are you doing? So it's like, Wild 'N Out was like college to me, man. Yeah. So I'm glad I was a part of it. I'm glad I had a lot to do with it. I don't get credit for it, but it don't matter. It's my own credit. And I just move on. It's good.
Did you ever work anywhere with Saturday Night Live or anything like that?
Yeah, I did actually some extra work with Saturday Night Live, and then I auditioned like hella times for that. Shout out to Mikey Day, man. Mikey Day is one of the head writers of Saturday Night Live. Been that for a while too. So Mikey was trying to get me in there, but it's a lot of politics. But
really, it's not
a beautiful thing.
It's not easy to get on SNL.
No, especially if you're a nigga.
Damn,
it's very hard.
Well, they got Kenan Thompson's like the main guy.
Yeah, but he's been the main guy. Shout out to Kenan. He's been the main guy. So like when Eddie Murphy was the guy, he was the guy. Kenan's the guy, he's the guy. Like,
I feel like Kenan stretches a long run, man. I feel like I would have bounced by now for sure. I'd have been like, all right.
Kenan low-key got a hell of a career, man. Like, if you really look at Kenan, he started with Kenan and Kel.
All that.
And then, I hate to say it like that, but you can kind of tell because of Kel. And if you look at Kenan and you look at Kel, then you would think, damn, Kenan blew out Kel. That's just kind of how the business is. It's like one nigga every 10 years. Pretty much.
Yeah, without Kel, there wouldn't. Well, vice versa, right? There wouldn't be each other without each other to the
yeah. They started. They both started.
That they are.
But you worked. Nick Cannon started for that. Yeah, Nick Cannon started it with them too.
Yeah, because you worked on Nickelodeon too, right?
Yeah, with Nick Cannon on the Nick Cannon show, and Kenan and Kel. I did warm up.
Yeah, we talked about that before. It's interesting to see how, like you said, the trajectory of the careers have turned. Like Kel is more on the he's not really stuck to any project specifically.
No, not at all.
But
really.
But it sucks because he was the biggest thing.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it's like when you burn out, when you max out, you got to be careful when you max out because it might not be nothing there left. Jeez. Especially if you're a dick face on the way up there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And nobody wants to help you when you're coming down. So it's like, just try to be nice, You
ever see anybody with an attitude that does cross the line, but because they're so talented and connected, they stay in the game regardless?
Everybody.
Really?
Anybody you could think of.
They're dicks?
Dick face.
All Hollywood guys are like...
A lot of them. 90% of them. 98% of them.
Who's the biggest dick you've ever came across in Hollywood?
Wow. A lot of them.
You're just seeing penises everywhere.
I would say, Denzel Washington is kind of a dick face if he don't know you. Let's say Wesley Snipes is definitely a dick face guy if he don't know you, and he'll beat your ass.
What happened when you met Denzel?
Denzel is. I know Denzel. I wouldn't say I know Denzel, but I've met Denzel a lot of times. Kicked it with him, had a drink with him. Whatever. I wouldn't say I know him like that though. But he's just standoffish because you got to remember, imagine, okay, you got success from you being a podcaster. Every day somebody says they know you. Imagine if the whole world was doing that to you at the same time for 30 years. 40 years.
But you're technically you're a part of the game. Like so, it's like you're supposed to be treated with mutual respect.
Sorta, but not really. Not if I'm the CEO and this is my film and I'm directing this. Then fuck you. I didn't really want you anyway. I wanted him, but because it's all about relationships. I preach that all the time. It's not about how funny you are. It's not about how good you can rap. It's not about how good you can act. And by the way, Tubi Actors, you are not real actors. You are practicing. Stop acting like you are a real actor. I hate to say that. I did Tubi movies, but it's out of hand. Tubi Actors, bro, you work at Chrysler. This is not how this goes. You cannot work at Chrysler or Ford or the big three and then get off work and then be a movie star. It does not work like that.
Yeah, and
don't.
And not when the camera is a cell phone camera.
Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Like, come on, y'all killing me with this shit. But anyway, shout out to everybody who do Tubi and whatever, man. But that's not your real job, bro. I'm looking right in the camera. I'm sorry. This is not your real job, bro.
Do you think
Stop.
Do you think when Hollywood looks at I was talking to a Sony executive about this, and he wouldn't answer the question because he was afraid because we had cameras on us.
Right.
And I was like, does Hollywood look at Tubi and go like, all right, we're scouting you guys, or do they look at you
Hell
like,
no.
No, you just X yourself out?
Well, I wouldn't say X yourself out, but it's practice. I would just say this is practice. You are moving forward with the acting career. That's kudos. That's great. But do not take that seriously like you're a star.
Yeah.
No.
We had a girl that was a female actress, and she was saying that they wanted her to show her breasts in the film, and she's like, not for a Tubi movie.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. What's up with Hollywood nude scenes and sex scenes? Like, does the director go, we need sex for sex appeal for the movie, or do they go like, I just want to see her tits? Like, is that ever part of it?
I'm pretty sure that out of both of them, but yeah, it's to show the sexuality, is to go into probably that part of your oath that you're on. You know what I'm saying? On this movie, you have to show your tits. Cameron Diaz, and don't worry.
Yeah, because the Me Too movement was like crazy in Hollywood, where like they were saying like I could only be in the movie if I showed my breasts and all these fucking things. And even with Nickelodeon, man, I was watching this footage of this superhero guy basically telling everybody to pull up their zippers and stuff like that, and going nuts. It's like, what's going on, man? Like,
bro, it's fucking perverts, man, that run the industry. They've been doing that a long time. They've been putting it in our kids, so our kids that think it's normal to, a grown man to touch them on the arm. My daughters will scream if you know what I'm saying, if you walk fast towards them. They'd run behind me like.
Did you witness that stuff when you were working in Nickelodeon? Did you see anything that was like crossing the line, or did you see any of that in Hollywood where it's like you guys are taking it too far with this shit? Jesus,
it's like so normal that it don't even offend you after a while. You know what I'm saying? So take that however you want, but that it's just you see it. You see it. You're used to it. You get used to it. Yeah. It's a weird like here being in Detroit since I've been coming home, I got more normal. Because there you don't think normal because you expect anything. The shit that I see here, I could never see there. I could never see here. They would not. It would not go down.
Yeah, because
like gangbanging ain't even big out here because it's too small. You can't be a gangbanger like out here. It's too small.
Yeah, they more associate individuals that have flags and stuff like that, but they're not necessarily a part of a gang like type shit, which is different.
Yeah, it's too small for that here.
But this weekend I wanted to invite you out to the boxing the Muay Thai event, Muay Thai.
It was awesome.
You pulled up with you pulled up with T-Barb, and you pulled up with my boy Ken.
Yeah.
You guys got to sit and enjoy the fight, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
When I seen you, I was like, this motherfucker doesn't realize he can sit in the front. Like I wanted you in the front.
Oh, my bad.
So people can see Spanky Hayes is in the motherfucking building.
Well, no, I walked around for a minute.
How was it? The Muay Thai event. Were you expecting what it was, or did you like not expect it to be the way it was?
No, it was kind of cool. It was kind of. I was like, okay, Detroit, doing their thing. Because, they do it a little bit everywhere, but I never been one here, so that was dope.
Yeah.
And then to see the champion lose was kind of dope, too, because, I go for the underdog all the time. And then I'm getting older, and the guy who beat him was older. So I was like, I'll fuck with that. I'm sorry, I'll fuck with that. Older niggas, man. Fuck you young niggas.
Yeah. I seen that you were you got to click up with Tiffany Haddish this weekend as well.
Yeah, that's my sister. My sister.
What were you guys working on?
Well, little Rell has a movie that he's directing here. Haunted Heist. Has a slew of very talented and hilarious people. Carlos Miller, King Batch, Tiffany Haddish. I think Tony Baker. Man, it's there's so many people.
You got a release date expected or like?
Oh no, they shooting now.
Shit!
Yeah, it's just like shooting right now.
Right, cool.
Martini Harris,
Yeah.
from Detroit.
You got you said last time you were here that you were working on a movie too.
Yeah.
What were you working on?
Well, I'm almost finished with my movie that I'm coming out. It's gonna be on Netflix, not Tubi, guys.
Sweet.
Okay, come on. It's called Martina, but it's to shorten it up, it's kind of like a black version of Shallow Hal.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Jack Black?
Yeah. So I'm playing Jack Black's part.
Oh,
actually.
cool.
So yeah, the guy who sees every beauty and everything.
What's the twist to it?
It's just like, well, it can never be the same because it's I'm taking it from a black version of it, and this guy just got a divorce, and he just got he's in the shithole, and then he gets these powers, and then his life gets better.
Yeah, in that movie, Jack Black basically sees this girl as a skinny, beautiful model,
Exactly.
but in real life, everybody sees her as this big blob, right?
Exactly. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you feel? Like, I always think about that. Like, if you were dating somebody that everybody thought was ugly, but you're the only one who thought she was good looking, like, because social perception can change.
Oh my God.
How you feel about your relationship if you let it.
Yes, I agree with that. I think my wife is perfect.
Yeah.
And I still look at Instagram shit. Man. It's fucking weird. And then I look at her and be like, oh, come on, man. My bitch better than her. So it's like, but if you let that fuck with your relationship, it definitely will. I always thought that the internet is great. It's fucked up, but it's great because what's great about it, the underdog gets to talk now. So it ain't just about the big dog saying whatever they want to say and this is the law of the land. Now the motherfuckers who heard them say that can say their opinion.
Yeah.
They probably could fuck the king up a little bit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, internet is a motherfucker, man.
That's what
Internet
that movie Gone Girl with Ben Affleck was all about.
Right.
It's about basically how social constructs can affect your relationship because you always feel like you're putting your relationship into presentation mode. Like when you're around people, you act a certain way, you do certain things, you're trying to maintain a look and an image and all those things. Right. But then behind closed doors, it's all fucking crazy fucked up.
It's crazy. What the fuck are you doing? What was that? What's that? Yeah, man, yeah.
Are you balled and chained or do you get to do what you want to do?
I get to do what I want to do. See, what's the beautiful thing about my marriage is that, or just a relationship period before we were married, is that she knew who I was. So, I say that to say, I think in the beginning of a relationship, I was just telling my boy Tank this, in the beginning of a relationship, you could have any kind of relationship you want. You could say, I like threesomes, you know what I'm saying? And I like this, or I like this. Now, if you say, I love you first, then you can't say, I want threesomes. I want this. I want that. But you got to say, before you say, I love you, you got to say, I like this. I like to do this. You got to put it out there. And then if you start off buying them flowers, you got to keep doing it. You buying them Birkin bags, you got to keep doing them. So it's what getting used to. So I didn't have to like convince her of who I was or what kind of person I am, because she was like a fan of me.
Really?
Yeah, which is fucking dope. So it's like, so when I met her, as soon as I met her, I said, I'm gonna get you pregnant. The same day I met her, I said, I'm gonna get you pregnant. Like I already knew it.
Damn,
So,
son. Love at
fucking
first sight.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Love at first sight, bro.
You're right, though. Transparency is the way for everything, right?
Yeah, man. I think it's the less you have to convince a person that you could get the most out of them.
What do you think about that with business? Because I always kind of had this like theory that like with everything in my normal life, I will be fully transparent. But when it comes to business, sometimes you got to do certain things to get certain things done.
Of course.
Which is unfortunate, right?
Yeah, my whole like attitude changes. Everything changes when we talk about business. Now we could talk friend, cool, all that shit, but then once you start, and I'm even on the shit where like if I hear somebody saying some wrong shit, I just get up and walk away.
Really?
Yeah, because I think a person like me, all the stuff that I did, I don't suck my own dick because if I did, I would never come outside. But it's like, I'm the nigga that you should be listening to. Like, you feel me? Like on some real shit. Like, you haven't done what I've done. Like, nobody can compare the shit that I've done. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not saying kiss my ass. I'm saying ask me a question. Like, why you just got me right here? You trying to normalize me? So, no, man. Don't use the time for that. Use it for asking me, man, I got this. I got half a script. How can I get this here? Or what would you say? Ask me that kind of shit because I've been in the business.
Yeah.
Like, just more than just telling jokes, being a comedian, or more than just acting, man. I produce stuff. I direct stuff. The kind of friends I got is like crazy. The relationships is phenomenal. So it's like, dude, ask me questions. Don't try to normalize me.
Yeah, when people kind of look at you and be like, here's where we're going to place you. And it's like, no, I know where I need to be placed. And I also probably know where you need to be placed too, right?
Exactly. You're telling me what you think. Just you should be asking the question.
Yeah, it's a tough time because ego takes over everything. Everybody wants credit for being the director of the productions, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I think these days, like, the captain would rather sink the ship than give up the captain's seat, And that's
sad to say. That's
the sad part about the game. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, you guys aren't gonna get this shit.
Yeah,
I'm not giving this shit up.
If I don't get it, then nobody gets it. So I'm just gonna burn it.
I know
that's what they be thinking.
I gotta fly out in a couple weeks, and I was like looking at these plane crashes, man. And I was like, bro, should I just cancel this shit,
bro?
And I'm sure you're on the planes. God forbid, man, knock on wood and all that type of shit. But like, are you like thinking like, because you're on the planes now to the point where if you're on your phone, there could be a plane crash that just happened while you're on the fucking plane. Back in the day, it was like you would hear about it on the news, and it's like, oh shit, like
wow.
Now it's like every day.
Man, it's funny because I was just my wife again. We was just talking about that this morning. Like, I'm actually gonna buy a car out here and just drive back. To California because I would hate to put my whole family, my wife and my 3 kids on a plane right now. That scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Me by myself, whatever. This was just what I got to do. But for all of us, hell no.
Hell no. No.
Hell no.
I would think about that for everything, like splitting up the family a little bit, 2 cars, something like that. It's just too scary, man.
Yeah.
Like these plane crashes, you have a devastating one where I think 97, and then like even this weekend, I think a plane in Alaskan Airlines was upside down.
Right.
Like the plane was upside down, son.
Correct.
We're at the point where people can film that they're inside of the plane while it's going down, and people are outside of the plane because it's happening so often.
It's so crazy. It's like they waiting on it.
They're giving $30,000 to the people of the Alaska incident. $30,000. You think $30,000 is enough?
Hell no. Did anybody die?
I don't think anybody died. I think maybe one person died. I'm not sure though.
Okay, so if they didn't really get that injured, that's a hell of a rush. And I would say, okay, 30,000 could be cool, but yeah, that's a trip, bro. Imagine one time I was on a plane and the shit came down. Like you can only imagine that kind of shit, but it was like shake it, and then it came and the shit came down. I was looking at it like, wow, that's never happened. And one time I went down like fast. Though, here's the killer shit. This is when I was like hella young. I was like really just starting in the business, and I'm not even sure if I left. I don't even know if I moved to LA yet, but I think I still stayed in Detroit, or maybe I was visiting and I flew from here. Anyway, I was going to Orlando, Florida, and it was the flight. I forget the name of these fucking people, man. But anyway, I'll tell the story. It's gonna come out. So I was on it. Okay, so it went from Detroit to Georgia to Orlando. So we got there on the way back. From Orlando going to Georgia, the plane went up in the air, and then we was kind of stopped for a second, and then we turned around, went back down, right? So I remember calling my mom like, look, I just was in the plane, it went up, it went down. I mean, it came up and then it went back down, da-da-da-da. She calling them, getting on their ass. But we made it back. The next morning, my mom woke me up and said, look, and it was the same plane, the 50, I think it was like 5550. What's the name of this plane? Not Value Jet, but JetBlue.
JetBlue.
You could Google it. It was like a Falcon, Atlanta Falcon player who died on that same plane.
God.
I was on that plane the day before, bro, and it went up in the air, and then it came back down, and then when I got back home, my mom woke me up and was like, look at the plane. The same plane, bro, crashed in the Everglades.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and because it came from Florida. It was Orlando to Georgia to Detroit. I swear to God, bro, you could look it up.
Was it? It was a big, like a lot of people on there, or just was it a small?
Well, it was like a kind of small.
Oh my God.
Kind of plane, one of those kind of planes you put like 100 people on it.
So you're like one day away from that bitch.
I promise, bro. I promise.
Jesus Christ.
So I always dealt with like crazy thoughts of flying, like, you know what I'm saying? I prefer night flights, early flights, or real late flights.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to like see it so much.
Yeah. There was people coming out saying they had like survivor's guilt over not being on the planes and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm almost like, can you just shut the fuck up? Because people actually died, bro. Like,
yeah.
The survival's guilt. Like if you weren't on the fucking plane, I don't want to hear that you're sad because you weren't on the plane. Or
yeah, come on,
man. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like
yeah.
Now people are GoFunding everything you do. Like if you everything that happened in your life, you're getting GoFunded for it.
GoFund me. I'm gonna start one. GoFund me. So I got kids, nigga. Help me. Help me feed these children.
Like for real, like I got fired for being a trap rapper, and I'm a high school teacher. Like I don't know what happened. It's like, okay, you were a trap rapper and you were a high school teacher. That's what happened. Like that's why you got fired.
Right.
And then they get a GoFundMe and they get $75,000.
Jesus, man. And just like the girl from Bernie Mac show, she I forget her name. I always see her, but now she has like a not GoFundMe, but My Fans. And she took like pictures on My Fans, and the shit like blew up. The little girl from the Bernie Mac show.
OnlyFans, right? Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One of the girls from Family Matters is a porn actress now. The first daughter from the Family Matters, or the only daughter, the youngest daughter in the show. They removed her from the show. Right. I don't know if you remember.
I do remember that.
Yeah, she started an OnlyFans. Laurence Fishburne's daughter is a porn star.
That's crazy. Larry Fishburne, straight up to you, man. Shout out to you, man.
Bro, think about it.
Great guy.
You're one of the biggest Hollywood stars in the world, and you have to explain that. Like, you have to explain being okay with your daughter being a porn star, bro.
Man, this guy. I know that fucks him up, man. Look, let me tell you when I met this guy. So, I was at the studio with L.T. Hutton. He's the guy who made the Tupac movie.
All Eyes on Me?
Yeah, All Eyes on Me, directed that. He was also in the Dog Pound, Down with Death Row. Did like some of the last Tupac albums. L.T. Hutton, great guy. And I was hanging with L.T. I'm hanging with Percy. I'm hanging with Snoop Dogg. So we all hanging around. And so I mentioned that I just did a movie with Larry Fishburne. And he said, hey, he lived right there. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he stay right there. He's like, just go outside, like smoke a cigarette or something, and you'll see him. So I go outside and walk down this little alleyway, and then I come back and I see him. Motherfucker got the Morpheus shit on and everything, bro. I swear to God, like he working out. Straight up.
He was preparing for the Matrix?
I don't know, but he was working out though. He was doing some karate shit in his garage.
Yeah, I too have been prepared for that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo.
What was that hangout like though?
Man, we was talking. We did a movie called Saints Row.
Based off the video game?
No, it was like a. Okay, it was a time when the blacks and the Mexicans were beefing in L.A. and it was like all the Mexicans was gonna kill every black guy with a white T-shirt on. So that was like the war. So because I guess some black guys robbed some Mexicans, and the description was they was some black guys with white T-shirts on. So then the Mexicans went out and said, we're gonna kill all you niggas with white T-shirts on, which made black people wear white T-shirts because they wanted, funk with them. And it's a true story, true life shit. So we did a movie. They did a movie about it, and he was in it. He was a cop. I was one of the guys, a gangbanger that didn't die to the end. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, but it never came out.
Just the whole production was filmed?
And it never came. Rick Ross was in it.
The fuck?
Every famous Mexican dude you could think of is in it. And Brandon T. Jackson in it.
Really?
Yeah, Brandon T. Jackson in it.
I wonder why they never released
it. He get killed. I'm offending his death.
When you figure, like, the movie probably cost millions to shoot, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, it depends. It's favors.
But it's like the movie just, nobody, what's the point of, isn't that a big loss if you don't put it out?
Yeah, I'm sure. You have to get investors, so you definitely probably burnt somebody.
How many pilots have you pitched, do you think?
Probably, realistic number, about 40.
You're still holding on to them, right? Like,
well, some, they chip off some, it's weird. Once you put out something, it kind of gets chipped off.
Isn't it scary? Like, you pitch an idea, and then they can just be like, we like this part of it, but we're not going to tell him. And then, 2 years, we're going to put it out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Is there anything you know in particular that was jacked from you?
A whole bunch of shit, man. Movies, I did. And not just from me, from any creative mind that's probably broke or just want to get in and just talking and
Well, I heard in Hollywood a long time ago, people would purposely become waiters to wait for actresses and actors and pitch them their fucking scripts.
Hell yeah.
But you're thinking, like, at the time, it's like they could just read part of it and be like, I like that shit, I'm gonna take that. And you're a waiter, so nobody's gonna listen to your ass.
Exactly.
Just walk off with that shit. But you're a celebrity, like, you're famous as fuck, so it's like they can't just steal it without there being a consequence. Totally.
I mean, it has to be, unless you make them sign a NDA. If they sign that, then they definitely can't tell nobody. But
is there anything particularly that you remember that was like, for sure was your idea, and it was like, it just got jacked for sure?
Man, too many.
Yeah,
too many.
It sucks, man.
Too many. I remember. Okay, so many. But we were doing a spinoff show called Short Circuit, and that was an MTV show too, and it didn't last long because I quit. Like, that's when I started quitting. That was like key times where I was quit. I had quit Wildin' Out, came back, and then I quit this show, and just because it was supposed to be a spinoff for me, my show called Short Circuit. They put the white boys in there in my place, and then they put Leonard. Shout out to Leonard Robinson. This is my daughter. That's my guy. But they put the crossover guys in front of me, and then it kept pushing me out of it. And then that's how remember Afion had his own show. Mm-hmm. Afion Crockett had a show for a second. But that show spent off because we were all supposed to get our own shows right there.
Oh my God.
So, and then they just pushed me out, just kept pushing me out and kept pushing me. All right. They would take my idea. So one of the ideas I had is if the devil, I might even do this again. The devil was on the Oprah show, and he had an album coming out, and he was trying to tell everybody, who he had on his album. You know what I'm saying? So that was the skit. Funny as fuck, bro. And then they took it and made Jesus was doing the album. Let D-Ray play Jesus. And, it came out whack as hell. Shout out to my cousin. D-Ray is my cousin.
It's fucking garbage, man.
But, yeah, no knock to my cousin. But
did you, when Chappelle was doing his show, did you get to, like, be around any of that while it was happening? Did you know about it?
At the end, it's crazy. I seen Dave Chappelle. I went up before him at the Comedy Store, brought him up. Because at the Comedy Store, it's like not an MC. Like, if you go up, you do your time, then you bring me up, and I do my time, and I bring him up. So it's never one MC. So I brought him up, and I stuck around, And he was like, yo, man, you funny as fuck. I was like, thanks, bro. I was like, man, I want to be on your show. And then he was like, man, well, you better hurry up. I think they doing it now. But that's when it was kind of like he just left the show.
Oh, so he was telling you that season 3 is like...
Yeah, it was like he was...
Is it without him, basically, kind of?
Yeah, but the way he said it was, well, you better hurry up and go do it. They shooting it now. And I was like, huh? So I ain't even go into it. I just... was like, I was thinking maybe he shot his parts already. Maybe they doing some.
But you knew
shots.
this was the end of his road for the show.
Yeah, that's the way.
So he was kind of telling you, like, low key, like, bro, like,
I'm not on.
I'm not
shit.
part of that. So you got to go talk to them type shit.
Exactly.
What do you think about that? Like the whole thing about he walked away for $50 million, right? Obviously, and he went to Africa, and people made wild bullshit claims about him, whatever the case might be. But
right on drugs, shit like that.
How do you feel about him walking away and his comeback, like overall?
Man, well, I think the way he did it was dope because the reason why he didn't accept the money is because that's when DVDs were in. Mm-hmm. DVDs were the best. And then if you remember, Dave Chappelle DVDs were out the ceiling. So he made more than $50 million off DVDs. So in his next re-up, the contract, the re-rock, he go back to him and then they say, well, but you can't have the DVD sales. And he's like, what? Like, hell no. That's what I get my money from. Like, he kind of was getting lowballed. Not that I was in the room or nothing, but this is what I think. You know, he was probably getting lowballed on the front end, and that was his, like, endorsement money. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it's like getting into the league, signing for less, you know what I'm saying, on some free agent shit, but then you got a Nike contract.
I think everybody fucked up with that one because Comedy Central didn't know like the power of what the show was to the full. I'm sure they understood it because they were giving him $50 million. Right, but to throw it away, like how? How do you do that?
Because it didn't get good to the second season, so they was waiting on the third season. That's where the drama was. So, but then don't forget, or if you didn't know, Mike Epps had a show that they tried to put him in that same spot. It was called Episodes. I don't know what happened to it. And then from that came not Kenan and Kel, but
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele. Boom. Same spot. Dave Chappelle spot. Yep. That's all. That's the whole Dave Chappelle replacement right there.
Yep.
They gave it to Mike Epps. I don't know what happened. Then they came. Key and Peele. Peele's from Detroit. I love that guy. He's cool. Yeah. He's cool as fuck.
I seen Chappelle talk about their show. He's like, you guys just fucking stole my show, but it's all good. And I was like, whoa.
Totally. But that's what they wanted. They wanted that show. They already basically had it rolled out already because for Dave, they already had the blueprint. So it didn't matter who fit in right there. Because remember Donnell Jones and Donnell Rollins, I'm sorry. Shout out Donnell Rollins. And Charlie Murphy, rest in peace. Remember, they were the hosts.
Yes, for season 3.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, anybody, they already had the blueprint out. So
yeah. That was a whack-ass closing to that fucking show.
Yeah, it was. But most of the great shows end terribly. Like Martin, terrible ending. You know, how they all broke up and all the sexual harassment, threats, and... Oh, come on, man.
Tragic ending, right? Do you think that was the worst ending you've ever seen in a show?
That's kind of bad, but...
Well, look what they did to Roseanne, dude. Roseanne was the name of the show was literally Roseanne, and they took her out of it. It's Connors now, and then I think they're trying to bring her back, and she said no.
Yeah, man, listen, she is a down bitch right there. Roseanne, down. Roll the blunt, smoke blunts, drink with you, talk shit with you. She's cool as fuck. Roseanne is cool as fuck, bro. I never seen her be unruly or nothing. Just always cool, chill. You know what I'm saying? What you want, what you need, a giver. She's cool as fuck, bro.
I feel like she took what she would have said inside of an intimate like comedy store and like accidentally said it on Twitter, and that's pretty much like that was like the time where cancel culture was at its peak, though, right? Like that's where they were trying to cancel everybody for everything.
It was going fast.
You think it's done with? You think cancel culture is over?
I think because they abused it. Yeah. That's just what I kind of think. Like they kind of abused it. Like anybody could be hated or canceled for anything now. So it don't even matter. You might as well just take that shit out. I really want Instagram and like Facebook and all that to crash so it can all be normal life again. I don't mind the internet and I don't mind YouTube. But I think Instagram is for the worst. It's like TikTok. It's cool, man, but I think with all of those things are things that make me feel like I waste my time. Like, to be a star, to be famous, they just say anybody's famous now. Like, it's fucking crazy. And it's because Instagram and Facebook, because as long as you're consistent, you can be famous, which is great, I guess, but I hate it. Because I used to sleep in couches and cars and, you feel me? Over the homie house, this homie house, fucking this ugly bitch, doing this and doing whatever to get on. And now these motherfuckers could just sit in front and don't even know what a set is. They're in their living room and man, get the fuck out of here. I hate that shit.
I forgot, somebody just made the same point you did. They said that like he's a famous actor, a Hollywood actor, and he said like it's crazy because I got paired with another actor, and then he asked about the actor and they said he's a social media celebrity, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean a social media celebrity?
Right.
He's like, what's his acting catalog? Like, what has he been in? They're like, nothing. He just has 1 million followers on Instagram. He's like, that doesn't qualify him to work side by side with me.
Hell no.
And if you look at like Adam Sandler's new movie, like the Happy Gilmore 2 coming out, and the new Scary Movie,
yeah,
they're casting social media celebrities to be in these movies.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to you, man. It's all a hustle. If you get on like that, but the people, if you don't got nothing, if you only got one home run, then that's it. You're gonna look stupid.
Well, that was the scary thing with like when we seen I don't know if you're familiar with Ha Davis.
Yeah, Ha Davis. That's the homie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a long time, but
he built a heavy fan base in Detroit. He was going crazy. Everybody's promoting him, and then I think Comedy Central gave him a TV show. And he had like 1 or 2 episodes, and then it just got nixed like right after that. He would stay all the way to be in like the new Bad Boys films. It was like he had small parts in those movies, but
I gotta watch that again. I didn't notice him in that.
Yeah, he was
okay.
Yeah, but it was just weird to see like, okay, Comedy Central gave him a shot, and then it just didn't pan.
Well, it's because, and I don't know about Ha Davis's situation. I don't know about that, but I would just say in general, you need a team, and you have to go to people who do that. You can't do this shit yourself. It's no way. You have to get a showrunner. You have to get an AD. You have to get a director. You have to get an editor. You can't do this shit by yourself. Talent will not do all the rest of the shit.
Yes.
So, I say that to anybody that feel like, they're big-headed because they feel like they're talented. Man, fuck that talent, man. Somebody's going to do the same shit you're thinking about if you don't do it.
Yes.
Because great thoughts go in great people's heads. Somebody's going to do it. So if you're just sitting on shit that you think is the pot of gold, somebody's going to take that shit. Somebody's going to do it.
Yeah.
And they're not taking it from you. They just had the same thought. You might say, damn, I thought of that before. Think about how many times you said that.
All the time.
Thank you. So if you don't do it, you're going to say that.
Have you been able to start like mentoring upcoming? I know you already probably been doing that your entire life, but are you mentoring the upcoming entertainment scene?
Yeah, man. Somebody just told me I was their mentor. I can't remember who said that. That's funny. But I think Sean E. Shout out to Sean E, man. I want to say he said that I was like his mentor. But he's an upcoming comic in the city, doing his thing, fearless guy. I like him, street edge. It's a couple guys, Mike Chase. I got a lot of little homies, man, that's coming up in the game that I when I see them, we chop it up and smoke. Blake. Let me give out some Detroit comedian shout outs. Dorian Black. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mike Bonner. Shout out to Foolish. Shout out to Shawnee D. Shout out to Martini. Rest in peace, Downtown Tony Brown. Shout out to Tommy Chun. Shout out to Coco. I love you.
You see her while you were here in town?
Yeah.
You got to run into her?
Yeah, that's my sister. That's my sis. Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish, I'm going to try to get her on the show because she'll be here like, a few more weeks filming.
Oh, yeah, dope.
Yeah. There's a couple of other people on here. I'll try to send them your way. But shout out to Tiffany Haddish. She helped me out a whole lot in my life.
When did you meet Tiffany?
In L.A., just running around in the sandbox in L.A.
Yeah.
And just going up anywhere we can. You know what I'm saying? She came from the struggle. I was there. I've known her a long time, 20 I know her since probably 96, 97. So
She was going in like a little battle with Katt Williams for a while, right?
yeah, well, it was kind of Katt attacked her. Shout out to Katt, that's my brother too.
Yeah.
You know, he just kind of attacked her because he was on his attack mode and she got a little part of it. But we all friends, man. We all, you know, we have to make the internet like a TV show now. So it's like back in the day how like you would see like two wrestlers in the airport, but you know they going to fight because they promoting. Like before you learn what promotion really is. So it's all a promotion. It's all a game because we got to fit in. Like, because the internet shit is too easy. So for people like us that have been grinding and trying to do this shit forever, we got to fit in some kind of way. It's all weird and awkward, but we still got to kind of fit in.
Right, like that's what the dynamics that I'm realizing that it's at now is where like entertainment, it's like you're in the movies, you're in the TV shows, and then kind of in the downtime you might have to have some type of drama or conflict in the middle to show the IRL type of content.
Exactly.
Which is very interesting that entertainment is turning into the angle. That's kind of like what's happening with like, I don't know if you watched the NBA All-Star game weekend. Yeah. And you notice that there's like so many different dynamics to it now. Before you used to be like, okay, I'm going to tune in to watch the game. Right. But now it's like you see Kevin Hart, you see Shaq, you see all these guys like sidetracking and doing these things.
Truman Show, like the Truman Show.
Type shit. And it's like that's what it is now. It's not just like you're watching one thing, you're watching a ton of things at the same time now.
I mean, and it's all commercials and that anywhere out of nowhere say, and Nike is the brand that I love. You should all try Nike. Let's do it. Yeah. And then they like, then they go back to what they're saying. Like it's fucking nuts. Truman Show.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Truman Show.
They need to remake that movie, probably.
They definitely should remake that movie.
Recast and just I mean, he did kill it to the point where it's everlasting, but
I know, man. Jim Carrey is definitely in my top 10.
Have you met Jim Carrey?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah.
What's it like meeting Jim Carrey?
He's fucking dope, man. He's kind of a bit of a weirdo. But but he's dope though. He's cool. He don't like.
He's eccentric.
He's just really chill. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he don't do all the stupid shit in real life.
Well, he was like one of the biggest Hollywood stars that was trying to push the woke movement. Like he was trying to get people to be like, "Yo, man, you're just like a piece of the puzzle. Like wake up. Hollywood isn't shit."
Right.
And all that. And at first we were all confused because it was the first person that was at his level that was like saying, "Hey,"
well, the first white guy to say it.
Who was saying it on?
Well, a lot of black actors say that, but he was one of the first white actors to say, "Hey, it's all an illusion. It's all what you've been hearing is real. This is not real." He was getting $20 million a movie then when he was saying that. Man, $20 million a movie.
Well, I remember when he went on Jimmy Kimmel and he made like the symbol, and he was basically telling everybody like, he was like, Jimmy Kimmel, you're a part of this too. You're all part of this shit. And he was basically bringing up the Illuminati,
of course,
in instance. But from hearing it from Jim Carrey, it blew you away.
Man, I'm pretty sure I'm in the Illuminati, but I didn't go far.
I
still got oaths to take.
They didn't send you the paperwork to say like you're officially in?
Oh man, crazy. I've been in Illuminati. I just kind of stopped in the middle because I got, that's why I hide and go on the road and shit. Be in Hollywood a lot because, I wasn't ready to finish the oath.
Damn.
That's some real shit.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
So you're on the run?
But it's great though because I'm in a great organization.
What they make you do in the beginning to be like, yeah, you are a part of it though.
Well, I can't really talk about that.
Oh yeah, that's part of the game.
But it's like, it's cool.
I feel like
I still love God. I don't worship the devil. I still got my soul. I think that's probably some other steps I gotta take later, but that's why I haven't done it.
I feel like my initiation would be like they'd bring me in a dark room and then there would just be like this hole in the ceiling and then like a ball sack would drop down.
Oh.
And they'd be like, you gotta like suck every hair off this nutsack.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, God damn, do I get bitches and money forever?
Jesus.
I wouldn't do it.
Sure.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
See, I'm pretty sure that's where they're scared to. Now, where I have been in a whole bunch of shit that I wasn't even supposed to be in because I'm not. And I look at it like being a vampire, like to be like even a homosexual is like a vampire. Like gay people don't like gay people. They like people that's straight and they want to turn them gay. So that's just like a vampire. Don't want to bite a motherfucker that's already been bit. They want to bite somebody new. So that's how I look at the industry. Like you have to be new at this. You can't already done this before. I got to be the first. That's why every person in Hollywood, they all say the same thing. After they give you a job, they say, don't forget that I gave you this job. Everybody says that. So it's like, like, I'm the first person that tried to bite you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about how long, as you can tell, I barely got a neck. So, I don't got no bites on my shit. It's just that I avoided the...
Did you do that to anybody? Did you ever like tell somebody like, don't forget, like, I'm the one who got you in this position?
Yeah, kind of, but more on some street shit. You know what I'm saying? More on some street shit. But no, because I kind of forfeited my... When it was my turn to do that, I kind of forfeited it because I was kind of scared. I was looking at everybody that's changing around me. Kevin is changing. Kevin Hart, he changed. You know what I'm saying? He started talking like, he started talking different.
He wasn't like that.
Fuck?
He wasn't like that when you...
Hell no. And then Katt, he kind of changed too. So, it was kind of... I was watching them do it. They was all in front of me. The only two people that was in front of me in that era of Wildin' Out, it was Nick Cannon's show, but he wasn't the most popular person on the show. It was his show though. But it was me, Katt, Kevin, and Afion. And then Mikey Day. Mikey Day. So it was more the cast, like, you know what I'm saying? So we were the next. Katt has always been in front of me because he was Money Mike before we did Wildin' Out. So he was already famous. So I already looked at Katt. That's why me and Katt never had no problems ever. Because I always told him, man, you was a star way before I was. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to compete with my brother, man. That's everybody else I would try to dog them off the stage. Except for Tiffany Haddish and Katt Williams. Everybody else would be in deep shit if they put me in front of them. But them the only two people that are... Monique, it's probably way more. But basically, those two people.
It's interesting to hear that they took the characters that made them successful and like they didn't detach from it. Like when you're personally speaking to them, you still hear like the same tones and same like cadence and everything.
Kind of.
It's like they almost like act like there's cameras around watching to make sure that they don't fuck up type shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Because like even Michael Jackson, he talked like real deep ass voice like that.
Really?
Hell yeah. Yo, what's up, man?
No, he did not, man.
I promise,
That's
bro.
one thing that I cannot believe.
I've seen Michael. I promise. Google it. They got some shit out there where he uses his real voice. But dog, and then
wait. So when you were you hung out with Michael Jackson like personally?
Hell yeah. What?
I don't know, man.
That's Uncle Mike.
I did not know you hung out with Michael Jackson, man.
Oh
I'm sorry,
God,
bro.
Man. Yeah.
What was your friendship like with Michael?
Well, okay. So how I first met Michael Jackson was through Eddie Griffin.
Oh, cool.
So we were in Hollywood, of course. Eddie Griffin used to live next to India Arie, a singer, whatever you call that music. I forget what they call that music, but what would they call that music? Like neo soul. That's exactly what I want to say. A neo soul person. She was pretty dope too. So we all stayed. Justin Timberlake stayed up there in the glass house. Fucking bananas. So Michael Jackson is moving from Neverland, the Neverland Ranch. So, but he gets a crib in the Hollywood Hills for a minute before he goes to Vegas, where he dies. So this is kind of like, I met him probably like in the last 8 years of his life. So I didn't know him like forever, but we meet Eddie Griffin. So we kick it, and I go over his house, and Eddie Griffin don't tell me where he's taking me, and I look up like, what the fuck? And it's Michael Jackson, bro.
Just chilling?
And this dude is chilling. Hey, what's up? You from Detroit? Oh, I love Detroit. You do cocaine? Nope, but I'll do something with you, huh? Yeah, let's have some fun. Straight up.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he just talked like a G. Like he didn't talk like how the interviews show him.
No, he had that, but it wasn't like high pitched, but it was kind of in the middle. But then one time I heard somebody say, "Come to the back." One of his helpers in his house was like, "Mr. Jackson, you got a phone call." He went in the back, and we heard the deep ass voice. "What the fuck, nigga? Fuck that shit." Well, I was like, "What?" And then he came back out and was like, "Yeah, so."
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was like looking at him like, what? And then he said, doesn't matter, Carlos. It doesn't matter who you tell. They won't believe you. And then he started like,
Oh my God.
I swear to God, bro. And Eddie Griffin, you know, he blink his eyes when he laughed. I was like, the fuck was going on here?
That's insane.
Yeah, bro.
What'd you guys do the entire time? Just chilled and just smoked together and stuff?
I just listened to him talk, man. He's talk, but I tell you this, man, we got kind of cool. And then I would go to the store for him a lot, the liquor store just on the on Sunset, and I never had no money, bro. I would go to the store. I guess Mike would call and tell him, you know, he has on this or whatever, and I go in there and get a case of not Vu, but what was the Clico champagne, red wine, and cartons of Marlboro Light cigarettes, and then whatever else I wanted, like and then, you know, chips and shit like that. But yeah, he would get straight Clico, bro. I'm talking about cases of that shit, and I would just go and carry them like a fucking Uber Eats guy. But that shit wasn't even out then. You know, I'm just hanging around Michael Jackson. You know, I'm happy as hell, bro.
Man.
And it was crazy. But I used to go in that store even when I wasn't with Mike, and I could still get whatever I want.
Just take what you want to bounce?
Because of Mike. Mike is the shit.
Damn.
And let me give you some history on the Clico champagne. Do you know, are you familiar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to work at a liquor store.
Well, there you go. So you remember the fat lady on the top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the owner made that champagne so he can be attracted to his wife. The wife is on the top, the fat lady. So he would get drunk to fuck his wife.
Oh my
and
God.
that's what the Clico shit is. That's why the fat lady is on the top of the bottle.
Who told you that?
We was at a taster place, and I wanted to drink some of that, and they was like, do you know the history on this? And I was like, no, tell me.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, the maker he was a beer maker, but then he made this champagne. And so then he kept making it, and then he noticed that it turned him on to his wife because his wife was fat as hell, and he didn't want to fuck her.
Man, that is crazy that you chilled with Mike, man, for that long.
Yeah, bro.
Did you talk to him like towards the end of his time? Like, did you get to speak with him, or was it your connection?
Yeah, I went to the Jackson Mansion in Vegas a few times. That's before I had moved there, and kind of the reason why I moved there because Uncle Mike was there. And I was going, you know, who wouldn't fuck with Uncle Mike? And he had like the tour that he was doing, and then he had like the Venetian that they were building him something in Vegas, but they just stopped once he died. But he was about to, Uncle Jackie, Uncle Marlon, Uncle Jermaine, all of them moved to Vegas because they knew that they was going to do some like Jackson 5 shit. But it just didn't happen because, you know, that happened. But
yeah, unfortunate, man.
yeah, but Mike is the greatest, man.
It wouldn't even be. You know what's weird though? Wouldn't it even make sense for him to be here in this like era of life? Like what's happening with the world today? Like would it make sense for Michael to be here? Would it make sense for Kobe to be here? Like
right.
It feels like a different time since they've all been
they
there.
two outspoken people, man. They like they will get charred right now. Kobe Bryant, that's another story. I met Kobe Bryant when he first moved to LA.
Really?
Yeah, I used to hang out with Kobe like tough. I knew 8 Kobe and I knew 24 Kobe because they were two different motherfuckers. Like, because by 24, you know, had went through the case, you know, the Denver shit and all that. So he was different. He didn't want people around him. He didn't want that around this, that. But 8 was a maniac. So I was there for both. Crazy.
Were more at the gym with him, or like where were you guys at?
No, he would hang out. He would hang out. He would come to the Comedy Store all the time. I was on Moesha a lot. I did a lot of background work for Moesha. And then, you know, he went with Brandy. That was his girlfriend. Or they went to the prom or some shit. Yeah, and I seen him sock Wanye from Boys to Men in the mouth over her with a cast on. He had a cast on one of his hands and socked him out. Bang. Like right there. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Brandon T told us about that. He said that Kobe just fucking went off on set real quick.
Yeah, but he would be there. He would be there all the time. So, and then Wanye was like trying to like be on Brandy, or maybe that was his girlfriend, maybe. But Kobe just came and took the bitch and socked him. Bang! It's the end of the road, bitch. So yeah.
God, you figure
I was there. I was right there. I seen it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. Hollywood was a
What are you gonna do
motherfucker.
back to Kobe, right? Like you couldn't come back, right? To try to do anything
Hell
back.
no. Kobe was the man, and this was before he even shot a basket. He wasn't playing. He had I met 17-year-old Kobe.
Oh shit, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like then he started playing when he was like 19, 19.
He was one of the youngest to play.
But he wasn't really playing. They wasn't playing him.
He wasn't sweet in the beginning. It took him a minute.
It's because they wasn't playing him. He wasn't playing him.
He never passed the fucking ball. That was the number
because they never played him.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not passing. I'm keeping this motherfucker. And I want to say this, man. Fuck LeBron James. I hate people all on his dick like that. LeBron James is cool. He's one of the GOATs. He's a phenomenal player. He's just never been on my team. So fuck him. I don't like LeBron James. I don't think you should celebrate. If you went somewhere 10 times and only got in 4, that's not enough to brag about. Right?
But look how long he's been dominating the game for.
But he went to the dance 10 times, only won 4. Now, one of my top 3 players, Stephen Curry, beat LeBron James 3 times. They got the same amount of rings, 4, but Stephen Curry won on LeBron 3 times.
Here's the thing. I think we'll never see another one of those types of players probably ever again. Because Steph is not it's not even an argument. He's the best shooter of all time in history.
Of all time.
And LeBron James is probably what the hell do you even call that? Like he's just
he's a legendary player, man.
Yeah.
But he's not better than Kobe Bryant.
Nah, I'll take Kobe all day.
And I'll say this, he will not retire with more rings than Kobe. I even will say this, that Stephen Curry is going to have more rings when he retire than LeBron will.
You think so?
Definitely. Definitely.
Curry is on a rip, man.
And they just got Jimmy Butler. And they're going to get the Greek Freak next year. They keep tagging at him. I'm a Warriors fan.
Bro, they're not taking Antetokounmpo, but they're not getting
They don't want to play it out there no more. It's too cold. Nobody wants to play
Damian
here.
Lillard, man. He's got one of the best freaking point guards in the NBA.
Yeah, but he don't even play the same because he cold.
Yeah, that's true.
He used to the West Coast.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, nobody wants to play in this fucking cold.
I know you sat courtside a lot, man.
Yeah, definitely.
What was your courtside experiences like?
Man, well, they were mostly in the Kobe era. Excuse me. Staples Center. That was a part of one of the few deals I would, and if it wasn't a part of my deal, I would try to add it, and Laker tickets. You know what I'm saying?
You can do that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Request what you want, and when you're signing a deal with something, and then let me get Piston tickets too, and they, okay, because normally somebody has tickets that they don't even use. Oh yeah, my uncle, so Dennis, he has tickets, well, however it works. But yeah, so that's usually part of the deal. And then I got Warrior courtside tickets.
What was your crazy experience at the Lakers courtside?
Oh man, Jack Nicholson.
I had a feeling for some reason. I was thinking about Jack. I was like,
man, Jack Nicholson, man. I love that guy, bro. He's the shit.
Yeah.
And and when I speak on these people, I'm not trying to act like I can call them like that. It's just a part of the business. We all know who works where we work at. If you work at Ford, you might not know the motherfucker like that, but you know that we work together.
For sure.
So that's what the relationships is. I don't want to never make it, put 2 on the 10, to try and make it like I'm just all that and all this. But, I just had a great life. My life is dope, man.
That shit's legendary, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. There, free beers at Laker games. You get free everything if you in them first 15 rows. Free everything, whatever come around, it's all free. We got a new vodka coming out. Everybody gets shots. It's just a party.
I know this is like it's not like a fair question, but it's curiosity. Do you think did you touch multi-millions in your entirety of your career?
Hell yeah.
Did you blow it all or did you keep some of it?
I blew it all.
Oh, my God.
I was too young, man.
Yeah, man. Millions.
And I'm from Detroit, man. We blow it.
Millions, bro.
Millions, bro. Millions. I've given people their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why God blesses me, that if I have to ask somebody, I'm a giver. I'm just going to say it like that. I've been a giver. When I don't have shit, I'll still give shit. So I've always just been like that. So, you know, if a motherfucker needs something, you know, it's always up with me. If I got it, you got it, man. You can't die with this shit, bro. You're not, it don't matter if you have your bank card in your pocket when you're in your casket. Don't matter.
Well, my favorite thing you say all the time is it's all about relationships, and that can give you more access than money can sometimes, right?
I promise it can.
For sure. Can you announce some of the projects we can look forward to, man?
Well, okay, I got a comedy album coming out. It's called Touchdown. Because I'm such a Lions fan now. I just got back into that. It'll be out soon on all the streaming networks, the Apple Music, the Spotify, all that shit. And then this movie, we talked about that. And then Martina will be finished soon. I'm just trying to get to it. And then I have Crank 3 coming up.
Wow, with
Jason.
Jason Statham?
Yes, sir.
Wow, man.
So yeah, man.
What are you about to do in fucking Crank 3?
Oh man, I'm a villain.
That's sick.
Yeah, man. It was shooting in Harlem, in New York, and in Paris.
Damn.
So
I love those movies.
Oh man, I wish that we could be on number 5 right now, but I die in the end, so that's cool. So I could come back. You know, in Crank movies, you can come back. They give you a new heart or give you a new whatever, and yeah. So I'm just part of. I'm so happy I'm a part of the Crank movement because I always watch that movie. Sure. So to be in it is like, wow, that's fucking crazy. And then I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but I'm gonna play Run from Run DMC. It's been in the making like a long time.
Man,
I was supposed to do this when I was way younger, but now I get to play the older character, and I'm handpicked by Run. Reverend Run, I love you. Love your family. He always gave me love and support. Reverend Run is my man. And just a real quick story, how we really got cool is when he came on Wildin' Out, and he had him on a whole all Nike outfit. And I was like, Nike? Man, you need Adidas, man. What did you get you crazy? And I was like, right, and that's how we met. So I'm like, dog, you nigga, I watched you my whole life, nigga. You wore Adidas. What you got on Nike for? And so they got on the wardrobe, and wardrobe got on my ass because I was talking shit, but I was right. And they hooked them up with all Adidas, and from ever since then, on. Same thing with Swiss Beats, on. Ever since. A lot of my relationship came from Wildin' Out because I had to, like, coach them. You know what I'm saying? Because none of them are funny, so they all but they're popular, so it's good to be on the show. But they want to be able to say something, so I'm there to like give them shit to say, like you know, here, say this, or how would you say that? Oh, I'll say it like this. I would say it like this.
It's like producing, but for like live entertainment, right?
Right, like floor. Like a floor director, a floor producer, you know, you get it. So it's like being in the game but still coaching, kind of like Draymond Green.
All the little things matter, man.
They do, man, but they never give you credit for it.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. The shit that really matters the most, you don't get credit for it. And when you say the shit out loud, then you're a dick face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you're not supposed to say that. Like, come on. Like, you see Jamie Foxx suck somebody's dick and you ain't supposed to say on nobody. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Come on, how you don't say that?
That's wild, son.
Yeah, I know that's gonna make it.
That's scary.
Hey, it is scary.
How'd you feel about his special?
I thought he was gonna get in a casket at the end and just die.
Man.
He's not the same. Being ill makes you not the same. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. I love Jamie Foxx. Me and him always had a hate-love relationship. Like,
really?
Like we talk and then as soon as we walk away from each other, fuck that nigga, man, fuck him. So it's like, you know, it's like like your fake cousin that you see every.
Why do you think you guys have that problem towards each other?
Well, we had the same management. We was hot and popping. His show was leaving. So, you know,
it's one of the best shows ever made, though, I swear to God.
I still haven't really got into it because I'm such a Martin fan, and it just reminds me of Martin. It just reminds me of another version of Martin.
Yeah, because he plays multiple characters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like it's kind of fixed in one
dope-ass show, though. I can't front and say it ain't dope. But
it was fucking great. His friends in it and shit.
And then they even had Stan. Stan went to... So, you know what I'm saying? It was still like the Martin show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's funny. I was just talking to me and my wife were just talking about this last night. It's crazy because I was saying that about wife and kids. Like, I love Damon Wayans. As you know what I'm saying, but I didn't get into Wife and Kids because Gina was on it, And I was like, why Gina go there? And that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan. I'm being a fan. You know what I'm saying? But Martin Lawrence show changed my life, bro. Like that and Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and all the greats. You know, Sam Kinison is one of in my top 3. Dice Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay is hilarious, man.
Oh man,
that guy still hasn't.
He's still funny.
He hasn't dropped his character. Like he's kept the character for like 50 years.
And he's Jewish. And he's not Italian at all. But you know, they play. Jewish and Italian people, they play around. So you know, I think it's authentic. It's pretty authentic. Like my mama always said to me, if you got a fake gold chain for 5 years, it's real.
Yeah.
So it's all an illusion. It's all what people think it is.
You wonder how much damage it can do to your psyche, though, to never drop a character. Like, to have to always put up. I was watching the Family Matters the other day, and it tripped me out because I was like, it's crazy. Like, it's still entertaining to watch it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But all I was thinking when I was watching it is, I cannot believe these writers constantly create ideas every fucking episode to keep you hooked for 22 minutes.
Man.
Like, it's just, what are you guys, fucking barreling down ideas? And
yeah, man.
like,
It's just you just keep throwing it out there. Throw it out there. Make them dance. Make them sing now. Make them Stefan. Remember
Stefan
Urkel was Stefan. Yeah. So it's like once you get stuck, and then imagine that's my man's too. So, but imagine being him and everybody looks at you the same. I was just watching.
Like you talked to him about his character to him. Like
yeah. I mean, that's my man's. We've been knowing each other years. Darius McCray. You know that's my brother. So you know what I'm saying. So it's like, and he is not gay. He's not gay.
You talking about Eddie Winslow?
Yeah, he's not gay, man. That's my brother.
I thought he was gay. He's picked some terrible movie roles, but
yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. When you so great in the beginning,
yeah.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's not like a rap album. Like technically, I guess if you had a great first album, your second album you'll be a little bit more nervous because you got a hit on the first album.
Right.
It's like that, but it's like 30 times worse.
Well, bro, when you're typecasted in a movie
right.
or a TV show that's
crazy.
Fucking syndicated and all that shit, and the whole world knows you as Steve Urkel.
Come on.
Where the fuck do you go after
he
that?
He never gets out of that.
How do you get out?
Like I was saying, I was watching Star Wars, and he's on the new Star Wars, the one where the kids take the plane and they go to a whole nother thing, and they got the Skeleton Crew, I think it's called. It's pretty dope, but it's about kids, Star Wars kids, and he's in that. But I see Urkel. It's like, why Urkel got on the moon suit?
You know who got fucked with that the worst was your boy Pauly Shore.
Oh, man.
I know you invited me to come out to the show and we couldn't make it happen, but he got typecasted the worst.
Yeah, he did.
Like, out of everybody.
They always, like, Pauly Shore had a cake. He had a cakewalk, basically. So everybody was hard on him. I ain't saying he ain't dope and ain't talented.
Because his parents kind of helped him. Like,
they had the house.
Yeah.
Everybody had to come to the Comedy Store. Everybody. So why not pitch my son too? So Pauly Shore he lasts long, and he's a legend because he is talented and he was able to find his lane. But that was because his mom had the spot. The best, most popping comedy spot still to this day, the Comedy Store on Sunset. You can't beat that. That's Hollywood. Man,
Spanky, I could talk to you all fucking day.
I know, man.
These are
crazy.
my favorite talks, man. Like, I don't get to talk to all these rappers that come in here. We can't talk about shit. All we can talk about is
local. But I love y'all.
I'm
not
I appreciate you, man.
I love y'all.
Come through anytime, man. Let me know when you're in town. We'll keep making this happen, man.
For sure, man.
Appreciate you pulling up this weekend. Appreciate you pulling up today, man. Look forward to the projects dropping.
Yeah.
Look forward to
Katt Williams tour. I'm going to be on that. I forgot to say
You're about to be on the tour opening up?
Katt Williams tour. Heaven on Earth tour. The 100 City tour. Right now I only got like 15 dates, but once I get on it, I'm going to kill the shit. So I'm going to be
excellent
on way more.
Doing Detroit?
I think I am coming to the one to Detroit.
Okay, cool.
And it's at the Little Caesars Arena.
Cool.
Which would be my 4th time playing there. I was the first person ever, the first local Detroit guy to play the Little Caesars Arena.
Who'd you open up for?
I was on the Wild 'N Out tour.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we did stand up and all of those. So that's why I count that.
Oh, I remember that. that. Well, that's when was T on that?
Was who?
T Grizzly?
T Grizzly, Pauly.
Yeah.
I think so.
I remember when they were doing that, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because one of my friends was sitting on the sidelines. He wasn't on the show, but he was on the camera.
Okay.
Because he was just kind of sitting to the side.
I remember Rick Ross being there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember Trick. Anyway, I love you,
Because the
Trick.
beam and all that type of stuff.
I love you, man.
They just fixed that, so we can't hurt that. You know, they just fixed all that.
No, but it's cool because it's cool. Well, I love Trick, man. That's my guy, man. And we've been friends a long time before I even thought about being famous. He was in the Goon Squad.
Yep.
So, I knew him from Goon Squad days. And then there was a guy he ran with named James, rest in peace, James, that died. He died. And I remember him because he was a brother of this comedian, Daryl Johnson, that died from Detroit, that me and Kool-Aid saw die right in front of us. Rest in peace, Kool-Aid, that's dead. So how about that? I just ran that shit down, and that's real as fuck. But so yeah, man, I'm really a Detroit guy, man. I've been gone a long time, but I just always seem to come right when something happens, I just be right there. It's like, oh shit. I was there when they stopped Rick Ross from going into the show when Trick stopped him. Remember when he had all the people I had just got out of jail out here. Frank Dickerson. What is it? What's the first name? Something Dickerson. The jail out here in Hamtramck. I can't do it, but Dickerson. Motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. Dickerson. So I did that. I did like 30 days in that motherfucker. And then when I got out, my wife, she was my girlfriend then, she met me in Detroit to get me out of jail. William Dickerson. And then we was supposed to go to the Rick Ross show. And then we went through the back, getting in VIP. We see all the guys right there. We see the bus getting stopped. And I'm like, damn. And then Bootsy did the show the next day at the same spot at the Masonic Temple. Yeah, I was there. I don't know how this happens. I'm like a fucking Forrest Gump, bro. I swear. I just always there when it happens. Yeah. Puffy, I've been there. You can't name some shit that I wasn't there. I just be there. I don't know how this happens, but I'm just there. I'm lit. I've been lit for years.
Well, you're part of the game, bro.
Man, bro.
And people want you around, so you're around the things that end up being turned.
Right, because
you're always everywhere.
I don't tell on people. I've seen so much shit, bro. Yeah. If I could stick up, man, please, bro. You don't want to know what's in this brain. I see it. I still see it. It haunts me. But I can't tell nobody because then I probably have to start over my Illuminati. I
think that's why they call it selling your soul. Damn.
Yeah, see, that's why. I can't sell my soul.
I think you sold like a quarter of your soul though. You didn't sell the whole thing.
You know what?
You're still in the game, man. You still got 75% left, probably.
I'm gonna tell you something before we go. I know we gotta go, but I remember I was meeting with a casting agent, and he said, "Man, I got this role right here, man. This will make you'll sell your soul for this." And I was like, "Wow!" And I said, "You know what? I don't even pray enough for myself." My mama prayed for me way more than I pray for myself. So this is basically my mama's soul. So I can't sell you my soul because it don't belong to me. Now, when she passed away, I'll probably come fuck with you. But right now, my mama's still living. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm in Detroit. Everybody take care of their mama. If your mama living and you don't talk to her, you a punk ass bitch. I had to come all the way from California to take care of my mama and be in Detroit with all these hater ass niggas. Y'all stop hating. I'm sorry. I had to say that. Detroit, man. Stop hating on each other, man. Sure. The fuck are y'all doing? We supposed to all come together and do it. They're not going to give one nigga the money. They're not going to give one person the money. They're going to give it to the team. Absolutely. They're going to give it to Griselda. They're going to give it to D12. They're going to give it to the Lunatics. Meaning, when I say that those are groups. They're not going to give it to one person no more. Absolutely. They've been stopped doing that, really. So everybody got to come together and make a super team, a super group, a super act, and then branch off. But that's how you get it. That's how you get their attention. And it ain't never about one boss. Like I always quote my mom. My mom said, you never see the boss in the picture. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to be the boss and be in the picture. You can't do that.
Yes.
It didn't work out for Puffy. Look, Suge Knight never did that. And only Suge Knight only got press because he was mad at Puffy. He wanted to outdo Puffy, but his main agenda was not to be all in the camera because he wanted to be a super blood. He wanted to stay super blood. So you can't be super blood and be in the camera. Can't do that. Bobby Shmurda. You can't rap. You can't kill a nigga and then rap about it. Go to jail. Get fucked up. They try to put the too much real into this. This is entertainment, nigga. Like, if you're not entertained, then you're too real. You know what I'm saying? You can't say what you really do. I'll be buying shit for this and then I'll flip it. Man, get the fuck out of here. You get in trouble one time, they're going to listen to that. Young Thug. They're going to listen to it. Stop trying to add the shit. If you really a thug, stop rapping, motherfucker. If you're really a murderer or a killer, what are you rapping for? Let the rappers rap and let the killers kill.
Entertainment, man, right? At the end of the day, it seems like the streets are crossing.
Yeah, because again, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok made it so normal that anybody's trying it.
Yes.
Jim Jones' mama had a rap song. Anybody can rap. Shout out to Mama Jones.
We're gonna see eventually soon that everything will come back to balance. I believe.
I hope so.
I believe real talent will reemerge and it will triumph what's happening now, which is people with massive platforms with little talent are getting roles and they're getting placements and things that they don't really deserve because the people that really have passion for acting or entertainment, have been dying to get these spots that these 1 million follower accounts are getting, and eventually people watching these shows will be like, man, I want to see somebody who's actually talented, not somebody who's famous.
Thank you. And when that happens, I'll be right here, guys.
So will I. Hit me up for that.
For
We're at
sure.
Parallel Sound Studio, Highlight Visual, shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.